All right, friends, we're starting lying down so that we can allow the back body to really smoosh and flatten onto the floor. So close your eyes here, please. Feel free to bend your knees and elbows into any way that feels comfortable while you just allow your body to open up. For example, I'll give you a few things to think about. So if you've been sitting at a computer a lot today and you've just been kind of hunched over your life and you're feeling stuck in your chest, try bending your elbows and letting your hands fall out to the side. And you can really feel your shoulder blades scooting underneath your rib cage as your shoulders externally rotate and your chest peels open to the ceiling. So try that out. See how that feels to you. Try to keep your hands below your heart so that they don't fall asleep. And with your legs, you might like knocking your knees together to release your low back into a little more neutral shape. Or you may prefer to take your feet together and drop your knees out if your hips are feeling tight today. You can also have long legs. So we'll spend a few moments here. Fidget yourself into the perfect laying down posture. Find your big inhales and find your big exhales. Allow your inhales to be so complete that your chest and your belly puff wide open. Allow your face to relax while you just breathe here. And feel your arrangement of your bones against each other, okay? Notice if you feel a little more tense in the right side or left side of your body, front or back, bottom or top, inside or outside, okay? Where are you feeling tense? Okay, where has your body accumulated the actions of your day, week, month, year? Where does that stuff tend to accumulate, okay? Keep your breath going deeply and continue to scan your body. Make these next few breaths a second longer. Make the inhale a second longer. Make the exhale a second longer. And then for 2 or 3 rounds, try holding at the very top of the inhale, finding your most complete breath. And holding at the bottom of the exhale. Keep squeezing air out. Find your most cleaned out, complete exhale. Maybe try that a couple times. Taking in new clean potential, filling your lungs with that freshness. And then completely cleaning it out, down to the last molecule you can squeeze out. Maybe one more like that. All right, let's start to move around a little bit. Reach your arms and legs out really long. And let's reach a little bit longer through the right side. We'll get longer in the right arm, the right leg. Maybe to help out, we add a little bit of contraction in the left side. Let's switch sides, okay? Left side is getting a little longer. Reach, 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 reach. Pull your belly button down toward the floor and contract in your right side. And then let's bring it back through center. All the arms and all the legs are long. You still have a long neck. It hasn't disappeared into your shoulders. And once again, your belly button is pulling down toward the floor. Long inhale here. And with your exhale, pull your knees in. Pull your hands and shins together. Okay, pull your shins in. So squeeze into a tiny ball. And we'll get long on the inhale. Then exhale, pull it in. Make a tiny ball. Let's do that a few more times, okay? Try to keep a little space between your chin and your chest when you curl it in. Maybe 3 more times, just waking up your core here. 2 more times. Last one. And let's hold right here. If you can reach your shins, interlace your fingers, and squeeze your knees into your chest. Keep a little space under your chin. One more breath as you squeeze the knees. And then relax that. Tuck your hands behind your knees. And let's take some rocks and rolls. So you can rock it up and see if you can, with control, roll it down. And then again, rock it up and roll it down. Okay, now see if you can try to come up and float. Okay, it might work the first time, it might not. Keep trying, try a couple more times. Okay, the next time you come up, let's hold, let's breathe right there. Come on up, hold and breathe. Okay, in your boat pose, you have so many options. One of your best options if you're overwhelmed is to drop your fingers and toes. You're still in the same essential shape. The alignment between your femurs and your spine is about 90 degrees. Okay, that's a boat. If you feel good about it, you can pick up your hands, grab your legs. You feel good about that, try lifting 1 foot at a time. Belly button still pulls inward. Tailbone still points at your toes. Heart rolls up, shoulder blades roll down. If you're still feeling great, try reaching one hand forward by your feet, other hand. Okay, the final spicy option would be to extend your legs fully and think of reaching past your toes. And then you would think of creeping your toes in towards your fingers. But we don't want to lose that length in the spine. So breathe here with me. Maybe 3 more long, slow breaths. Can we do that? Find a little bit more length in your spine. 2 more. Lift your low back up out of your hips. 1 more. All right, let that go. Go ahead and drop your feet. And we'll point our knees out to one side and meet on hands and knees. I'll meet you there. Find your hands and knees. So we just really warmed up your core, and I hope that you feel that. Let's get even warmer in the back body. So let's get the right leg out behind. Pause here. You're internally rotating your right hip here and intentionally lifting your belly button up into your spine to engage all of the musculature that wraps around your belly and low back. Back, sides, and front. Pull it in, okay? Right toes point down because you're internally rotating. Left hand reaches forward. Hold and breathe. So the front body, right hand and left knee, the ones you can see, are pushing the floor down. So your front body pushes down, very strong. Your back body is concerned with lifting this lifted arm and leg. So front body down, back body up. Somewhere in the middle of all that, we have a long spine with a belly button lifting in. All right, can you keep all this? Except we'll change the rotation of the up hip and shoulder. Here we go. Long spine on the inhale. With your exhale, we're going to make a funky shape by swinging the right knee out to the right, trying to keep it parallel with the ground, and doing the same with the left elbow on the left. We can call it funky airplane. Back to center on your inhale, internally rotating hip and shoulder. Okay, with your exhale, externally rotate hip and shoulder. Let's do it again. Inhale to center. Push the floor away. Exhale, funky airplane. Nice challenge for the back body. One more time. Big breath in to center. And exhale, airplane, and hold, friends, and breathe. So we are here. If you need to drop a hand or foot, do it. But push that floor down. Lift the back body high. One more big breath in. And let it go. We can drop that left hand, send the right leg out behind you, and get a nice little calf stretch by pushing back through the heel. And then we'll point the left toes out to the left. So we kind of pivoted on that left knee and reach up with the right hand. So pause here. We're in a supported side plank. Okay, great little posture. Get yourself comfortable. Left elbow has a little bend in it. So does the top elbow. So there's no locking. You feel buoyant. And you're dropping into the right edge, the outer edge of that right foot. So let's open up this shoulder a little bit more. Let's start to circle it out. The right hand can be like really reaching out through the fingers. So a lot of activity in this right arm. And think of trying to plug it into the socket as you are moving it. So hopefully feeling a lot of good warmth building. Let's rewind this. Push through the palm this time. Push, 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 push. All right, feel all that popping and crackling. That's great. Okay, pause here with the arm up. I'm going to challenge you now to lift your right leg up. So let's internally rotate it just like we did when we were on hands and knees. And usually the way you know that you're internally rotating is when you look at your toes, they're going to point straight out to the right instead of up. That would be external rotation of the hip, okay? Internal rotation is what we're looking for. And wrap your belly button into your spine so that you can isolate the movement of this leg as you push through the heel. Draw tiny circles. That is right. Tiny circles. They won't go very high if you keep this internal rotation. So do that. Intentionally limit yourself here. Okay, getting that hip really warm, getting the core really warm as you isolate this. Belly button in. Reverse. Maybe point through the toe this time. All right. Next time the leg comes up, pause. Okay, now I have a funky little balance challenge for you. So check this out. Don't take it too seriously. Okay, just have fun with it. Just like everything I'm going to present to you on this mat. Just don't take it seriously. Come up on your fingertips of the left hand. All right? Now check out how your left leg is like a fulcrum now for all the other weight in your body. So if you get really light on your left fingertips and maybe start to think about lifting that left fingertip, could you balance on your left lower leg? It may not work the first time, okay, but keep trying and just play with it. Feel your balance and use your body weight. You're kind of surfing on gravity. Okay, maybe give it 1 or 2 more breaths, 1 or 2 more attempts. You might surprise yourself. And drop those left fingers, drop the right fingers and knee. Okay. Let's take a little down dog just to kind of shake that out of the right leg. Tuck your toes, hips up and back, down dog. We're walking it out here. Just kind of shaking it out. Shake your head, yes. No, and roll your shoulders all around. Make sure you go both directions. And we're not worried about this down dog being crisp because this is our first one. As a matter of fact, let's drop it back to hands and knees and do the other side. So we'll have the left leg out behind. Let's make it really long. Okay, super long. We're internally rotating the left hip so that all the toes point down. And we have a very strong support system in the belly button that wraps around the low back. Okay, ready? Right arm reaches forward. Get long and strong. Let's breathe here. Lifting that belly button, lifting the heart even, okay? I tend to round in the upper back here, so maybe you do too. You'll have to lift a little extra in your heart. Back body lifting. Are you ready? Okay, inhale here, long spine in the center. Exhale, funky airplane out to the side. Right elbow to the right, left knee to the left. Internally rotating back to center. Inhale. Externally rotating, funky airplane. Exhale, lift. Again, inhale to center. Exhale, funky. Let's do that one more time, please. Big breath in. And big exhale. Hold and breathe. Push the floor down. Lift your back body high. Try to lengthen your spine in the middle of all of that. And lift the belly button in. Yes, this is challenging, but you can do it for one more breath. And let it go. Drop the right hand. Send the left leg out behind you and give a little push back through the heel. And let's drop that left heel. Pivot on the right knee to point the right toes to the right. And that left hand can reach up. And here we are, supported side plank. All right, I'll spin around to face you. So just like on the other side, take your little time to fidget. Both elbows are bendy, okay? We don't lock our elbows anymore on the mat or off the mat. We're done with that. Ready? Activate your left arm, so spread the fingers wide and plug that arm into the shoulder socket as you circle it out. Nice and slow. Okay, you'll probably hear some sounds coming from that shoulder. In general, if it's not painful and it feels good, then it probably is. Rewind it. All right. Pause, reaching up. Now we'll get the left leg up into the air, okay? Nice challenge for the hip and core to lift this thing, let alone move it. So as you begin to move the leg around, remember that we're trying to isolate it. So wrap your belly button inward. There's a strip of muscle that runs around your belly called the transversus abdominis. Think of tightening a belt inward, okay, on your belly button. Internally rotating left leg. Let's go. Tiny circles with the heel, slow and controlled. Okay, it's a little challenging to keep it from externally rotating. Rewind it, push out through the toe. All right, now lift the leg parallel with the ground and hold. You ready for that funky little balance on this side? So up on the right fingertips now, and you can start to feel it as soon as you come up on the right fingertips. That if we're going to use this right knee and lower leg as our fulcrum, okay, on that hip, we'll have to use the left arm out to the left for weight on the other side of the fulcrum. So just play around, okay? You might surprise yourself. Take 6 or 7 breaths and see how long you can balance on that right knee. I've been working on it for about a year. It did not work the first time I tried it, so don't feel bad if it doesn't work. And we're gonna come on down. So come on down as fluidly as you can. Okay, back to hands and knees, and I'll meet you in another down dog. So let's get there. Again, walk your heels out, make this kind of a dynamic down dog. All right, now that I've worked your cores a little bit and got your joints a bit warm, let's get moving. Here we go, friends. Always feel free to take breaks. Always feel free to modify. I'll try to throw out a lot of options. Remember to just take the options that please you and leave the rest behind. Here we go. Inhaling here, let's get the right leg up and out behind. As you exhale, scoop that right knee underneath your heart. Try to lift your heart up high to make space for it. Could you drop the right foot down seamlessly between your hands? If it didn't work the first time, don't worry. We'll keep working on it. Inhaling here, come up to your crescent lunge. Okay, exhaling here, twist out to the right. So you're gonna look over to the right and feel a big twist all the way up to the top of your head. Look behind you. Try to squeeze your knees together. Inhaling here, back to center. Think of peeling open that front body, crescent lunge. You can drop the back knee, by the way, if you need to. And exhale, twist out to the right. Try to squeeze the knees together. One more time, big breath in, crescent lunge. Heart moves up. Exhale, in a twist. Okay, hold and breathe right here in this twist. I'll spin around to face you. So our number one preparation for back extensions is twisting, because a twist is like half of a back extension. So I want you to feel like you're lifting your heart and lengthening your spine here, because you are. And if you need a break, you can drop the back knee, drop your hands, okay? Let's keep going. So if everything's going well here, you feel fantastic. Keep drawing your legs toward each other, like your knees are trying to snap together. See if that right hand wants to find the left thigh. You can put your hand there or grab it. What about the left hand reaching up for the back of the mat? Let's pause here. Just breathe. Look wherever feels natural. Okay, try to find a nice extension here without overdoing it in your neck. And remember to lift your belly button in towards your spine. We'll take a few more breaths here, friends. Think of lifting heart, lengthening spine. Maybe one more breath. Feels good. And as you exhale, all the hands come down under your heart. Okay, back to down dog. Shake it out. Let's take a little vinyasa. Inhaling here, heart moves forward. Exhaling, tiptoe to your hands. Bend your knees and fold. Inhale, roll it up. Lift your heart from the front and the back. And exhale, sit down into your chair. Maybe look at your hands while you do that. Keep the shoulders low. Inhale to stand. And exhale, fold. You can think of bending your knees maybe as you hinge at your hips. Come up halfway on the inhale, like you're looking forward. And exhale, make a very big fold. You can bend your knees maybe. Okay, palms are down. Inhale, back to a plank. You can use your knees for a plank, by the way. With your exhale, see if you can lower yourself down in slow motion. You can use your knees to do that too. With your inhale, grab the mat, pull your heart up and forward, cobra. Exhale here, bring it down. I'll meet you in a down dog. Let's take 5 or 6 breaths here in this down dog, friends. Run through all the things that you know about down dog. All right, things we know about aligning down dog. Grab the floor with your hands, like you're trying to really grab the floor. So tiger claw, and your elbows move inwards slightly, and your armpits do too. So if you had a little eye in each of your armpits, you're trying to make your armpit eyes look at each other. And your kneecaps are rising up as your heels are moving down. Okay, can you keep all of that as you inhale, left leg up and out behind. Exhale, drop that foot between your hands. Inhaling here, come on up, crescent lunge, that same little tiny flow we did on the other side. Okay, keep squeezing your knees toward each other. With your exhale, twist out to the left. So you're looking over the left shoulder. Keep pushing through the back leg. Maybe the back knee is down. Who knows? Okay, inhaling, peel open front body, crescent lunge. Keep your legs strong, please. Exhaling, twist to the left. Nice and slow. One more, please. Big breath in. Big exhale. Hold and breathe in your twist. I'm spinning around to meet you. All right, friends, you're in a twist, which means we need to really focus on a long spine, okay? If it's too much, drop the back knee. It's totally still the same place, but try to squeeze your knees together and get some inner thigh engagement so you can drop nice and low. And remember to breathe. And remember to smile and not take it too seriously. But what about this left hand coming to the right thigh? Maybe grabbing, maybe walking down, because this is our second side. And maybe this right arm lifts up and reaches behind you. Hold and breathe right here. So keep squeezing the legs toward each other. And even if your knee is on the ground, lift the belly button in toward the heart. Could we lift the heart a little higher and drop the hips a little lower? Should feel good, okay? One more big breath in here. And exhale, all the hands down under the shoulders, back to down dog. Walk that out for a second. Notice how you feel. Let's take another vinyasa. Inhaling, heart moves forward. You find your plank, with or without knees. Exhale, tiptoe to your hands and fold. Roll it up on the inhale. Think of lifting your heart super high. Sit into your chair on the exhale. Squeeze the knees toward each other as you sit back. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. On your inhale, unroll yourself halfway up. You might use your knees or the floor to kind of press your fingers on. And with your exhale, fold a lot. Palms are down. Inhale for a plank. Exhale, lower yourself down. Slow motion, elbows squeezing in. Maybe use your knees for that. Inhale here, find a little cobra. Heart pulls up and forward. Think of pulling with your strong arms. And exhale, bring it down. As a matter of fact, let's take a few more breaths. Let's hang out in cobra. So do this with me. Just pull the heart up on the inhales. And set the heart down on the exhales. And let's spend some time breathing and moving here. You might close your eyes. And I'm going to throw out some options to kind of make it interesting for you. If you want, you can take your fingers out to the sides of your shoulders and come up on your fingertips, but you still need to use that pulling forward action of your arms, but it just gives you more space to move. You can even move sideways and have like a snaky kind of feeling if you want to. Okay, I just think this is a little bit more cobra-y of a cobra. Or you can keep it really chill and just barely lift the nose off the carpet, if that's kind of what you're wanting today. So please find your own flavor. But that being said, no matter where you are or what you've been doing, for your next inhale, find a cobra that you can hold without hands. So I call it a sustainable cobra. So find your sustainable cobra and then put your palms back onto your shoulders, but lift them up off the mat. Okay, so finding here a lot of strength in your back, but we need to find stability at the lower part of the back, and that would be your pelvis. So press your hips into the floor. Really make them super heavy, especially your pubic bone. So if the belly button was slightly lifting and the hips were dropping, how would that feel? If your upper body's doing great, peel up your lower body as well. Think of shooting the toes out away from the top of your head and breathe. Keep breathing. Okay, I'm going to keep giving you options. Do you want to reach your hands back? Find some nice breath here. How do you feel about bending the right knee and pointing the right toes at the back of your head? It's possible that today your right hand might find your right foot. And if everything's going great, you can think of moving the right foot back, and naturally the right shoulder will go with it. Let's hold and breathe here. You can always take a break instead. Maybe lift the right knee a little higher, kick the right foot back a little more, who knows? Your breathing will naturally rock you on the mat. Let that happen. If you grab the right leg, let it go. And maybe we'll switch sides. Left leg bends, left toes point at the back of your head, and maybe the left fingers can find that ankle. Breathe here. That foot can press back. Belly rocks on the ground. Keep pressing the foot back, back, back. One more breath. And let all of that go. Come on down. Just rest your cheek on the ground. Let your body just flop and melt into the floor. Back bends can be really exhilarating and exciting, and sometimes it's nice to just let that glitter wash over you. Turn your head the other way. Take a few breaths over there. Let it soak in. All right, friends. As you're ready, let's come up out of that. Put your hands underneath your shoulders and bring it up to hands and knees. And then if you just sit your hips all the way back to your feet, point your feet to one side, we're on a seat. And we'll stay here while we finish off our practice. So go ahead and get your feet together out front of you in a little butterfly shape. And we'll begin to kind of get more restorative and stretchy and open up the low back, outer hips. It's going to feel really nice. So your feet are together. Wherever you want them is great. Keep in mind that if they're closer to you, it's going to be more strain on your knees. So if you have any kind of knee injury, take your feet further away from you. Okay, so here we are. Go ahead and get your arms up to distract yourself. Okay, I like to make this fancy shape, but whatever works best for you, keep your heart lifting. This will be challenging. Okay, start to press your feet together. Keep breathing. Press the feet together. Keep breathing. Allow your belly button to pull back in towards your spine. Allow your low back to rise up long out of your pelvis. Keep your shoulders low and keep breathing. Push the feet together for 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. All right, let that go. Okay, let's take the left foot, pick it up, and set it in front of your right foot. So your feet are lined up, okay? You can just take one hand and just rest it on each ankle. And rather than thinking of pulling, please don't pull, just rest your hands on your ankles, okay? Let's make our longest spine here. The fruits of our classes, twists and extensions are this nice long spine. So let's start to move the heart toward the front of your left big toe. So move your heart past your toes, as it were. You can think of long spine inhales here. And your exhales, the heart moves even more forward, okay? We're trying to keep a long spine if we can. Our elbows may start to kind of wing out to the side. That's great. In that case, you can put your elbows on the floor under your shoulders and maybe drop your head, or maybe you'd rather use your hands on the floor. But take a few moments here, allowing yourself to kind of fold into this very foldy shape. Attempt to keep your spine long, although of course that will round. Breathe deeply into your low back. And as you're ready, walk yourself up and out of this. And let's pick up the left leg. Let's continue the left leg's journey here. Now the left foot will stack directly on top of the right knee. Okay, we'll push the right foot a little bit forward until it's directly under the left ankle, the left knee. So we have knees and ankles stacked. We have the two lower legs just about as stacked as they can be. If this is painful, you have a way out. You can unstack the bottom leg and just straighten it. But if you're feeling great here, you're leaning back at first, and then you're allowing yourself to sit up over time. And if this is too much, you can always lean back and get out of it. But if you want more, you can continue to lean forward. Really flexing your feet is important here, but eventually maybe you feel comfortable pushing your legs toward each other, not with your hands, but with the legs themselves. So allow the two legs to press together. I compare it to like a sandwich, stacking the knees like that. And let's take a few more breaths here. Notice how outer hip, low back, our T-band feel. Perhaps even walking the heart further forward, if that's appropriate. Make sure you can keep your neck long though. All right, what a great stretch. As you're ready, walk yourself back up and out of that, and we'll return the left foot next to the right foot. And we'll switch sides. So now the left foot is the closer in one to you. The right foot is the one that's a little further away. And you can just rest your hands on your ankles or somewhere around there. Allow your elbows to wing out to the side and start to lengthen your heart past your toes. Okay, really sending that heart forward is going to get you that length in the spine that we've worked so hard for. Maybe hands or elbows come down in front. As you're ready, we're walking ourselves up out of this. Okay, taking the right foot over to settle in on top of the left knee. So taking one more double pigeon or stacked logs posture. So we need to move the left foot so it's under the right knee. Just make sure we have that. And let's just breathe here. You can lean back to back out of it if you need to. You can lean forward if you like it. And make sure your feet are flexed. Flexed ankles, please. And once you start to settle in, use your legs, your leg strength only, to press the legs toward each other, okay? Maybe start to fold into it if it feels nice. Okay, take your time walking up out of this. And if you take your hands behind you, you can put both your feet back on the floor and windshield wiper your knees out a little bit. Just noticing how that feels. And then allow yourself to come all the way down. Scoot your hips a little bit to the left. Drop your knees to the right. Maybe the right hand grabs the knee, who knows? And we'll look to the left. Make sure to ground your left shoulder blade. Long spine inhales. Strong belly moves in on the exhales. One more breath here. And let's switch sides. Knees through center. Hips to the right. Knees to the left. All right, look to the right. Big inhales into the chest, okay? These twists kind of recalibrate your spine and help cool your body down. All right, roll it back into center. And then find your resting posture. And that might be Shavasana with long arms and legs, like I'm showing, or maybe bending your arms or legs in some other way. But please find that resting posture. Allow the breath to come softly and effortlessly through your nose. And as you lay here, allowing your body to completely melt into the mat, especially your jaw. Pay attention to all of the many, many different sensations that your practice has stirred up in your body, and maybe even your mind too. Please keep resting like this for as long as you can. Thank you so much for joining me.